Hey, good day everyone, this is Blown5 and welcome to another battle. Today we will be having OU since I have not been battling much and I have this team centered around a garchomp, but I recently have found out that I'm not that very good versus especially Sheer Force Landers, so yeah, I might have to rebuild this team altogether. But anyway, today we will battle against Masake, and here you can actually see the teamwork. Because I think Swords Dance Garchomp isn't even that great at all in our current metagame since it lacks the speed to sweep. And you have Genesect. So setup has been a bit underwhelming lately since you have all these fast Pokemon killing each other. But who cares, I will jump right into the battle right now. So 3, 2, 1 and... wait for it and go. Yeah, so I lead with Genesect, thinking, you know, well, I do want to know what he's leading with, so I'll just lead with Genesect. And he leads with Hippowdon. I get the attack boost. Well, you might just well go for U-turn. Switch out to my Skarmory, knowing he only set up rocks and I can, you know, set up my spikes, and Garchomp likes having spikes on the field. So I go for spikes, but yeah, Garchomp isn't really that amazing since everyone is steel type and it's not the sub Swords Dance set it used to be. I don't know, just made it unpredictable, but now we have stuff to deal with it. So I'll put the Hippowdon to sleep so it can take a nice nap, and I'm chilling here with Amoonguss, you know, Amoonguss just chilling here, chilling with that Amoonguss. So it switches to Heatran, which was a bit obvious, but I went for the Stun Spore. Since you know Spore, he switches out, Stun Spore, Paralyze something. Since you know Paralyzation is something Garchomp really likes, so having stuff paralyzed makes it so much easier to sweep. But you know, Dragon Claw isn't that great and Outrage locks you into the move, so Garchomp hasn't had a nice time altogether. So I go to Amoonguss, predicting the switch to Gastrodon, which works out not exactly as you would have hoped, but he does switch out and he goes to Stoutland. I thought he might, you know, go to Gastro since it walls my Rotom. But of course Skarmory walls the Stoutland, so I just go to Skarmory, take the return like a Skarmory. And he will obviously switch out since most Stoutlands are Choice Bandits. See, Stoutland isn't that great either. You know, I think even in the metagame we have right now, Excadrill would be good. And not broken. That's how weird the metagame right now is. So Heatran is paralyzed. I just, you know, set up another layer. He goes for Overheat. And he knocks me all the way down to the sturdy. And I thought maybe at half special attack I could take one after Rouge, but you know, Skarmory and his special defense stat isn't the greatest, so I will go down to a second overheat right here. I could have gone to my Heatran, but I thought he might predict Earth Power, but I was predicting him to predict too much. Yeah, basically. So now I switch to Rotom as a double switch into his Landorus, which worked. So I do predict the Landorus switching, and there's actually a new Landorus set which tears apart Rotom. But yeah, it actually does. Kinda one-shot my Rotom. I really want to try it out. That is specially attacking Landorus with Life Orb and Sheer Force. Yes, Sheer Force Life Orb Landorus, better than Nidoking. But anyway, I go to my Genesect on the Stone Edge, and I do go into the Stone Edge. Going into an EQ would be bad, you know, since Sand Force. He misses the Stone Edge, which wasn't a big deal, but I predicted him to switch out, so I went for U-turn instead of Ice Beam. But now I know he's locked in the Stone Edge, and I go to my Heatran and set up my rocks, you know. Do stuff I like to do with Heatrans. I already noticed that my team, you know, my teams are still kind of pre-black and white too. I haven't really adapted fully to the new meta game yet. But that's just, you know, we're in this meta game right now where stalls just like almost non-existent with all these hyper offensive threats nowadays with thunderous D-wrecking shit with a 145 special attack. But that's off the point. I killed a Heatran here, and I'm at a comfortable 5-4 position with my hazards up, so I should be fine. He goes to Stoutland. Whatever, I guess. I go to my Rotom Wash his Death Fodder to see what he wants to lock himself into. He decides to lock himself into Superpower. And yeah, he gets his attack load. Something else I really noticed: if you don't have a spinner in OU, you will lose, since nowadays you force so much switches. Really, the amount of switches that are forced are just huge, and if you have like hazards on your field, you just almost lose because of the pressure they have on you. It's pretty offensive, OU, but well, it's OU, you know, it's always overpowered, you know, the power creep is still existent, because Nintendo likes creeping the power. But anyway, his Lucario gets paralyzed because he used Swords Dance after I stun spored in with my Amoonguss, and I think I'm ahead then. He kills me with E-Speed, gets paralyzed the first time. And now I see his Life Orb, so I just have to bait. I go to Heatran. I thought to, you know, just go to Amoonguss and bait the fighting move, but then I forgot he was paralyzed, so didn't matter. I take the E-Speed because Amoonguss is a part physically defensive to take U-turns from Genesect a bit better. So he goes now he goes to Stoutland, and I leave Amoonguss as Death Fodder. I think he oh no, I switched to my Heatran and he went for Pursuit. That was it. So go to Heatran, and I have an evil plan in my back of my mind, which is not that evil. He's locked into Pursuit and dies to Hazard, so I can just kill him with Earth Power. Of course then Gastrodon is going to come in, but it doesn't really matter, since, you know, I could take it out with my Garchomp. He gets raped by spikes, he gets on 69 lol %. I critical hit him with Earth Power, which didn't matter since I left Heatran as Death Fodder anyway. And I do not take out the Gastrodon. So now Garchomp can just, you know, clean up, since Hippowdon was still asleep. So yeah, I can get to use this Garchomp, but you know, Garchomp, it has no move that could, you know, up his speed, and the Joy Scarf set isn't that great, so not really working. I will make a new team with the Landorus. I want to try out special attacking Landorus. But anyway, I take out the Hippowdon, and that will be the game. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Comment, rate, subscribe if you would like. I'm not forcing you. I would only appreciate it. And is there anything else I want to talk about? Nope. So I will see you next time.